So welcome to my final checking issue, and I apologise, this isn't going to be too exciting. The reason being is the next three issues are all working on an engine, and it's what I'm going to call a gluey issues, which means you're gluing things together, so I can't dismantle them to build them with you. So I'm just going to have to use my cocktail stick as a pointy stick and close up on the camera, and I can show you what's been done. So we have got, first of all, stage 19 is titled the first engine, and what we are doing is we've got this block there. I think I'll just take that zoom out a little bit. So we've got this block there, and we're adding there's a piece in there somewhere which you can no longer see because of future issues, and we're just basically building this block up, and then we end up with this bit there. I think that's the bit, and then we will end up with we've got these lovely little pieces to put in. Don't they look fantastic? And that's what they look like. So at the end of stage 19, this is what you're left with. So as you can see, it doesn't look anything like this one because this has been built up. So stage 20 is continuing. It's titled the first engine part 2, and we're going to be building up more pieces. Now that's interesting because we're building up oh, I see. So what we've done in the previous stage is we built up one side of these, and then in this issue we're building up the other side, and we're then putting them together, and this is what it will look like. And we've got some fiddly bits to put in, I see, but that's what it will look like at the end of stage 20 compared to the actual engine that we've got, which is this. And this one I can go into a little bit more detail, and this one looks a fiddly one, and I've been told this is extremely fiddly. So we start off by building this metal rod, and it's got a couple of bits on the end, and you can see one bit poking out there, and then that goes into there. So we insert from this side, and that gets glued in place. We've then got some wiring which is made of rubber by the feel of it, that's going round the side, and it's very hard to see because it's all black, and then we're just adding these small minute details. Now when this was sent to me, this was actually attached. In the magazine it clearly shows that you don't attach it yet, but I think common sense prevails. If you look at this rod on the end, you'll see it's got half of it's cut out. It's got a little crescent shape there, and I can't get it in. There we go. That goes onto there like that. Now we have got this end there. Now a lot of us, what we may have done is we've got the motor which has got a little cog on the end, and we've attached that to the propeller, and we've spun the propeller with it. What's actually going to happen, it looks like the propeller is going to go on there, and this has got the same size cog, but then on this end you can see we've got the little cog holes there. So if you imagine that's the end of the motor, this will actually fit onto there. We'll just have to hold that, stop it from spinning. So that will actually fit on there. So what's obviously going to happen at a future issue is the propeller will go on there like that, the engine cowling will be around there, and the motor will come in there, and then as you can see, obviously the whole engine block won't spin, but if I do that you can't really see it. Now as I say, I apologise that this is an absolutely terrible issue. This is just, it's not a terrible issue, it looks absolutely amazing, and I'm almost tempted to buy those 3 issues so that I can build it myself, but that would just be a waste of 30 quid. But now this is now coming, I'm just about to shut my channel down for Christmas, and we are going to be working on issue 22 when I come back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a little flick through issue 22 just to give you something to look at, so you've actually got some content. So this is issue 22, and we're going to be working on, wait for it, fitting the supercharger. So what we're going to be doing is adding more details to the engine, so at least I get to do some fiddly bits, and that will be coming out as its own proper build video in the new year. Now this actually works to my advantage, because obviously, as you know, I'm doing the Hong Kong version as well as this, and I'm doing the comparison. Now I am very behind on this. Let me just double check my spreadsheet. So when I bring out issue 22, I'll actually be doing a double episode, 22 and 23. Issue 54 will be available in the shops, which will make me 31 weeks behind. So I want to do some double episodes to try and catch up. But the problem with that is that when I do a double episode for the Hachette, I need to do a double episode on the Hong Kong, to keep it all even. Now I can see from these 4 magazines that we are spending at least 4 issues. We're going to be doing at least 4 issues per engine, so that's going to be at least 16 issues to do the engines, whereas on the Hong Kong version, and I cannot find the instructions at the moment because I've put them away, we don't, here we go. So when we come to do the engines on the Hachette, on the Hong Kong, if I can find them, there we go, there's the engines. So they're done in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Right, so there's 13, 14, 15 stages, including the cowling. Now the cowlings are separate issues. Now this is issue 23, and we've got the bearers and the radiators. That is part of the Hachette, that's part of the Hong Kong one. Issue 24 then starts to work. So we can do 16, 20, 24 issues rather quickly, because each of these is 4. We have to do everything 4 times because obviously there's 4 engines. So what I can do, I can do all of that in a single issue, and then I can do that if it's a double issue. But to be honest with you, I'll probably do 2 or 3 stages per issue. And then what we'll start to do is I will try to focus on doing the parts that the Hachette one has already done. Sorry, bear with me. So my apologies for that. I had just had a postman who's just delivered some really nice things. It's really good for my channel. So what we'll be doing with the Hachette one, obviously we'll be doing, try to do double issues wherever I possibly can to try and do some catch up. But what I'll also be doing is when I go over to the Hong Kong one, we'll try to focus on areas that Hachette has already done. For example, the cockpit needs to be done. That's a high priority. And then, but where they've kind of not, I won't use the word dragged it out, but the flight engineer station is an issue. Details for the cockpit is an issue. Wireless operator and the seats, that's done over 3 issues, whereas with the Hong Kong it's done in 1 stage. The floor's already done. Supports for the wing aren't appropriate, and we'll really try to focus on catching up with the Hong Kong, with the Hachette. It means that we may not be able to follow the stages, go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I may actually get, like, say for example, the fuselage done, and then I'll flip over to the wings, whereas maybe something else needs building. But yeah, we'll try and get this catch up done, and I hope within being realistic, maybe within about 6 months we might be close to being caught up. So that's it then, guys. Thank you for watching as always. So as I say, this is my last Friday before, so this is my last Saturday before I change the channel for Christmas. This Hachette will return on a Friday. It will be released at an earlier time. So what I'm planning to do is we'll release the Hachette build maybe 4 o'clock, and then I'll release the Hong Kong build at my usual time of 6 o'clock, and then we'll start doing the costings and comparisons at maybe 8 o'clock. So from the new year you will be getting 3 videos on a Friday. So that's it for me then, guys. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful Christmas and a very merry new year. I hope you all get lots of presents, and you don't get too disappointed when Christmas is over. So take care, guys. I'll see you next week, next month, next year. Take care. Bye bye.